One of these days, I'm going to definitely go to Taipei, and I would love to go to Computex, but right now, that's not happening. So from the comfort of our own homes, we're going to check out some of the weirdest Computex releases. So starting off with a pretty interesting one, this company GXOR, I don't know, is doing a RTX 3070 with 16 gigs of RAM. I'm also going to put this down in the description. I'm going to make a little list of all the videos that I'm going through here, and I'll leave it down below if you're actually interested in one of these items. So this company builds video cards for specifically display out. And as you can see by this little tag here, it says it has 8x mini display ports, 16 gigs of GDDR6. You have another one, like an RX 550 with 9 display ports, RX 550, 4 display ports. It'd be pretty interesting to see if like you could actually run a game driver on this. Number 2. So this is probably one of my favorite cases slash, I don't even know what to call it, thermal solutions for the entire show so far. In this video, Hardware Canucks is showing it off. This is the copper version. I believe the other one is aluminum. I'll play you some of it in a second. It's pretty cool. You're basically passively cooling an entire computer. But let me jump back here a little bit.
See is the GPU block. You're going to notice that there's VRM heatsinks on that. This is an RTX 4080. You can actually see the GPU load
impressive.
right over here. These little handy dandy indicators, we're going to talk about that in a bit. So that's 100% GPU load, and it is running at 60 degrees, completely passive.
60 degrees is a really solid temperature for a passive cooler.
Passively, an RTX 4080. This is, to me, this is the next level of cooling, and my mind is blown. You can actually tell I'm so excited about this because it's such.
So they end up telling you that it's around $1,000 for the non-copper version, and then the copper version pictured here is closer to $3,000. The copper version, you know, I don't know. It's pretty sweet, obviously, but I would much prefer the $1,000 version. All right, checking out number 3. This is GGF Events. He's one of my favorite modders. His name is Stuart. You probably see him all over Facebook. He posts quite a bit on the PC Master Race community. He is actually a partner with Lee & Lee, and he's showing off the new fans with the screens.
Now moving over to some fans. Lee & Lee has some really sick fans coming out, and I had no idea. So these are like their Infinity V2, and these are the TL LCD. So each center of the fan hub has a LCD on it. Now at the moment that has Pac-Man. When I throw some B-roll, we did turn the monitor off that's controlling this, but you can throw temperatures on it, you can throw all different stats on it, and the resolution looks really good. Obviously this resolution on Pac-Man doesn't look the best because that's just how Pac-Man looks.
These are pretty sick. I don't think that I would personally put them in my rig. I'm a little bit old school, but what do you guys think? All right, number 4, we have the Cooler Master Concept Series. So these have not come out yet. It's a concept. A lot of things on the show floor of Computex are kind of concepts. They try to see what people think about them and then possibly produce them. So this is an entire custom loop line, which I have not seen from Cooler Master before. You have a pretty nice looking distro, or it's a reservoir pump combo. They have their own radiators, which I don't think I've seen that before either. These are pretty wacky. So these fittings are squared off, and they have what looks like some kind of carbon fiber or carbon Kevlar around them. They're kind of cool. I could see them in like an industrial build or something like, I don't know, like an all Asus tough, I don't know, military-esque PC. They don't quite fit with these water blocks they have. These water blocks are really like cyberpunk, modern looking. These water blocks are really nice looking. You have a CPU block, GPU block. You have 2 loops going in here. You got purple and the blue. So it's pretty nice looking stuff overall. What do you guys think about this Cooler Master stuff? Number 5, another showing from Kit Guru at Computex, and let's check these out. These are really weird. This is like the strangest AIO I've seen. Essentially, it's a Silverstone AIO. You can remove the pump top and add these 70mm fans around, and it's almost endless. Like, you can see in a second here, he'll continuously add fans, or they have on display another model with a bunch of fans on it. And it's kind of cool, like when you think about it, if you're trying to cool your VRMs and I don't know, just make some weird alien-esque looking PC. But check this one out. That is wacky looking. I kind of like it in this weird way, but at the same time, I don't know. Would you put that in your computer? Coming in at number 6, this is also a video from Kit Guru. And yeah, so this is the Gigabyte Stealth Model Complete PC. The one thing that's funny about this PC is it's actually been out for a long time, and I think Linus Tech Tips did a video on this computer a while back. That being said, now everyone is trying to tackle this design element where they take the 24 pin, the CPU pin, the 8 pins, and they flip them onto the backside of the motherboard. But the problem is you have to have a case that fits it. Gigabyte, to give them credit, was I think one of the first companies to do it. I could be wrong, but it's been out for a little while. So you're gonna see a ton of videos on the reversed connector situation. The one thing that Asus did though, is Asus actually built a power connector into the motherboard to basically have a custom PCIe or a custom PCB on their RTX 4070 plug directly into the motherboard, so you have no 12 volt high power connector at all. So this is how Asus is handling this stealth approach. They're essentially adding a proprietary connector here to control the power, and it essentially goes from here into the motherboard, and then you're gonna run your either 12 volt high power cable into the board, or you're gonna use a like 3x 8 pin, which is a way to do it, I guess. Number 7. So this one is really weird as well. It is a liquid 120 millimeter AIO cooler, specifically dedicated for your NVMe SSD. This is like too much or overkill if you ask me, but apparently they are making it. So see right here, there's a couple different, this is for your memory, but this one right here, this white one, is an entire block dedicated to just your NVMe. New NVMEs do get extremely hot, so it kind of does make sense to cool it. Like I've seen a ton of custom loops with fluted blocks and it cooling their NVMe SSDs, but this just seems funny. Like imagine an entire computer with an AIO for your CPU, an AIO for your NVMe, an AIO for your GPU, and one for your RAM. Just seems like too much. Coming in at number 8, we have this new Thermaltake case, which actually looks pretty interesting. If any of you guys were actually interested in the no cable look and you were chasing one of these new boards, this is the design, or one of the first designs where you can potentially buy it. This one is actually called the Tough, or TG ARGB Tough version, because it's designed to have this board specifically go in there, and they have cutouts, as you can see right here, to have everything reversed. And it also includes that little connector there for their RTX 4070 proprietary design. Number 9, we have this Cooler Master X Street Fighter thing going on, which is pretty cool. I'm not a huge Street Fighter fan, and I've been seeing a lot of these companies doing these collabs lately. Like you had ASRock with Sonic. Asus has done a bunch with like Eva and Gundam. But I think this looks pretty cool. They have chairs and everything to go with this whole setup. So if you're into that, I don't know, Street Fighter and Cooler Master. So lastly, at number 10, we have the ROG Matrix, which isn't really a Computex exclusive. This is Asus actually launched it on their Facebook just the other day. Wish they didn't have that 12 volt high power for this 4090, but what are you gonna do? So I think the card looks sick, and it's probably gonna be like $2,500. But I also think that there was a massive missed opportunity here. Let me show you, first of all, how far back the Matrix line goes. The Matrix line goes as far back as the 7970 or further. I actually forget, I'll have to look that up. But they had a bunch of different versions of the cards, and I think that what they should have done with this one was made it like the Poseidon, or have an interchangeable setup on it, because this is like one of the absolute nicest looking water blocks I've ever seen. But the fact that you have to run an AIO when literally this entire Computex show has been like AIO after AIO. A lot of people are doing custom loops now just because they have to for their processors. So it would have been really cool to see a traditional G thread on here where you could just put your own fittings and drop this into a custom loop. Something interchangeable. You know, they have quick disconnects. They could have put a little drain valve on there too, so that like when you buy the card as a full card, you get it as an AIO, you drain it out, pull the quick disconnects off, put your own fittings on there, drop it in your loop. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I just wanted to show off some of the Computex stuff. Are you going to buy this? I don't think too many people are going to find this or buy it. Yeah. Anyways, guys, till next time, peace.